Alright, hi Katie. So I'm just gonna ask you a few questions about society's mandates and like insecurities. And if you want to elaborate on like some of the difficulties that you've gone through for the past couple of years, like you can talk about them if you're comfortable. Alright, so have you ever felt like pressured by society to like look or act a certain way?
Yeah, I have. I remember it was summer of last year. I had an eating disorder because I felt pressured, like I had to look a certain way and I had to be like this certain person who it just wasn't me. And I felt pressured by like social media, and so I developed anorexia and I developed bulimia, and bulimia was the biggest one for me. And I hid it from a lot of people, but like it's hard like when you're pressured by society, and it's hard to like, I don't know, overcome it and not like fall into the trap of like trying to be something you're not.
So have you seen a lot of people, like have you been around people who've dealt with the same things you have?
Yeah, I was admitted into a hospital 3 times for like mental disorder, and all the girls in there and all the boys in there were like had mental illnesses. And my best friend, she had anorexia and she was bulimic and she self-harmed and she was suicidal, and she is honestly what like triggered it all for me. Because when you go and you watch someone and when they do things like cut themselves or burn themselves or try to commit suicide, you learn these things, and when you go into the hospital you learn these things, and that's where like it all came from, like other people.
And do you think that society is definitely like the main root cause of this?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
Alright, so you were telling me about your insecurity before. Do you want to like talk about it, one of your insecurities?
Really my body is an insecurity, and that was the main reason I developed an eating disorder. But now I don't really let that bother me as much as it used to. But I used to like to be completely honest, I used to self-harm over the fact that I wasn't good enough and that I wasn't like other girls, and I used to blame everything on myself, like if I lost someone, it was my fault. Like my grandpa, he killed himself, I thought it was my fault. When I lost friends, I thought it was my fault. I blamed everything on myself, and that all came back to like, oh, I'm not good enough, and like a lot of it was my body and how like I just didn't feel good enough.
Do you feel like you don't look like the models in the magazines?
Yeah, no, I definitely don't.
Alright, so what would you do if I told you that I could like fix that right now, that I could show you what you'd look like if you looked the way you're saying you want to right now? Would you want me to show you?
To be honest, no, because then I'd have an idea, and I feel like, because my body is my problem, I feel like I'd go back into the eating disorder and back into like wanting to be something that I'm not. Like, this is who I am, this is who I need to be.
Okay, alright, thank you.